Hello, everyone. Anthony, you are not alone. I want to talk to you about today about your surroundings, and in terms of when you create a location for yourself to do work, you have to be very careful to make sure it's not also a location of play. Now, for some people, it can be difficult. You don't have the resources to make a second office where you can relax and work while you make either your room or another room, like where you actually have fun. But for some easy ways or some ways that I did it for a while, I guess I'm gonna kind of give you those tips on that one. What I did was I have a computer, right? And it's got three screens, and I got a nice, it's a pretty good setup. It's what I use to do all my fun as well as my work. And unfortunately, sometimes I end up getting into too much fun and then slack off on the work. It's not a bad thing. I enjoy my fun time, and that's just how it went. I just didn't get it done, and that's okay because I know over time it will balance out, and I will get the things done I need to get done. But a really easy few steps that I took a while back was uh, the first one. I actually went out and bought a Chromebook. A Chromebook can be bought for like $250. They're pretty darn solid. They're pretty safe, and you can get a lot done on those devices. Now they can actually even use the Microsoft products or the Windows. No, yeah, the Microsoft products. So Microsoft Word, Outlook, PowerPoint. Those can all be used on the Chromebooks because they're technically tablets. So big win on that side. They're pretty useful for getting work done and kind of anywhere. So you can go to that coffee shop where you just get in the zone and make things happen, where they make like your favorite chai tea or coffee or your latte. You grab that latte, put a headset in, put some of your music with no voice on. So I guess that's the next tip. If you're gonna be listening to music, don't do um, lyrics. That kind of gets in your mind. Like those words will tamper with your thoughts. So if you're gonna do something, I suggest either epic movie, film music, or like classical. I mean, dubstep, like chill step or chill dubstep. That's always a good couple ones, but those aren't for everyone. So definitely classical is probably gonna be the most for it's gonna cover the most. And at the end of the day, whether you like classical or not, it's good music. There was a lot of effort that was put into it, and you will appreciate it over time, especially if you listen to it long enough. You'll start really understanding what they're trying to convey in the music because classical artists were able to create an intense amount of emotion compared to what we can do today in music. For some reason, it switched over to people don't care quite as much for it. Maybe they care for the bass a little too much, but that's kind of digressing into the music theory there. Third one, I found a way to make it so I could do everything on my phone for my podcast. So if I really needed to, I could use my phone to create the podcast. I could share everything. I could create the Instagram pictures for it. There's really nothing I really need the computer for. So if there's ever a day where I feel like I'm just gonna end up, wasting my time or using it the way I don't want to, I could just grab the phone, put the headset in, record whatever I want to record, work on there, go on Twitter, try to create a following there, talk to people, just try to interact, and that's where it goes. There's a few different things you could do like that, um, where you can find ways to self discipline's the probably the harder way, but if you can create self discipline where you say this time from this time, you work hard. Um, Good luck to you. That's not really inspired work. That turns into required work. You're kind of like time managing at that point, and that sucks. And it won't be near as fun. You won't enjoy the work that you're doing. You're putting in for, whatever your goal is at that time. So definitely learn ways to make it easy on yourself. I think that's what it really is because it's hard enough to stay focused sometimes, even when it's inspired work. When you're really into it, and that might be another conversation for another podcast, but for me, it's just easier sometimes to just separate myself from my big rig, my big computer setup, and just go on the road, get that coffee, read somewhere else. Don't be on don't read in my bed because then my phone's next to me on a charger, or don't sit at my computer chair for 6 hours because I just decided I wanted to be, just watch YouTube for that long or watch a streamer on Twitch. So it's just how it is. Find your ways to be productive, spend the time, really be inspired, make things happen. It's Anthony. You're not alone. I do the same things. If you need help getting through that, let me know. We'll do it together. I'll talk to you all soon.